It is the morning of day 115, and I'm getting kind of a lazy start. It's already 6:45. Yesterday we were hiking at 6. I don't know. I think I might be one of the last people out of the campsite tonight or this morning. See, I can't even talk straight. Just super tired today and feeling lazy and don't want to hike, but I'm sure that once I get moving, it'll be exciting. The plan is just a little under 11 miles today to another lake. With some discussion about going 13.6, so I don't know if that is still in the agenda or not. Probably not at this point, at least for me. But I'll do whatever my team wants to do. See you up the trail. Okie dokie, on the trail, 11 miles to Nahmakanta Lake. And like I said, it's 7:20. I'm going to make one more stop at the privy just to see if anybody wants to poop with me in the 2-seat privy. Had a good night sleeping there next to Joe Mary Lake here at Antlers Campground. Lots of campsites. Maybe that's why they have a 2-hole privy, because there's so much room. And a bunch of thru hikers here who are all counting the days down to Mount Katahdin, either for a finish or for a flip. I think this is my side trail. I'll turn it off now. You don't need to see the rest of the privy. I'm hiking pretty much by myself this morning. Shadow left the campsite 30 minutes before me, and Mosey 15, and he's a strong hiker, so I may catch up with those folks by lunch, or I may see them at the campsite tonight. We'll just see how that goes. But hiking by myself is, giving me an opportunity to do a little reflection. I just did not want to get out of bed this morning. I was thinking, I just don't want to hike anymore. This is just tiring, and the bed was warm. And it's not that cold out, maybe 42, but nothing about the outside world was appealing to me at that point. So I did lay in bed longer than I should have in order to depart at the planned departure time of 7, which again was late compared to what we usually have been doing, which is get out by 6. So I was really being a lazy bones and thinking about how hard it's going to be to get back on the trail after I flip-flop, because I'm going home for 4 or 5 days. And I know my half of the queen size bed is a lot more comfortable than my 22-inch wide air mattress. But thinking, how am I gonna, maybe I'll just not come back, maybe I'll just keep hiking. I said this the other day, but I was really feeling it today. It's gonna be hard to get back on trail. So one of the things that I did before I left, after reading the book Appalachian Trials, was to make a list of reasons why I want to hike the Appalachian Trail, what reasons or things I'll have if I'm successful, and what it would be like if I quit. So today was a good day to reread that, reflect on the original motivation for getting out here. I feel a little bit better. In particular, at the end of that little exercise that the book recommended, I did my own thing and wrote down something to the effect of, I'll tell you, anybody who has hiked with me knows this is typical neon. There's been several section hikes where my car was parked before the end, like we were going to use my car for a resupply and then keep hiking. And one of my challenges, as I probably said before, is I get to the car and rather than resupplying and keep hiking, I start the car and drive home. I'm really good about bailing partway through. Gotta switch hands here. My arm's getting tired. I must be talking a long time. And it's kind of what I'm facing here with a flip-flop. When I get home, it's going to be hard to get back on trail. And so every time that I've gone home in the middle of a section hike or just shaved a day off of it, I've regretted not finishing what I'd set out to do. You know, it always seemed like a good idea at the time to go home because it'd be warm and comfortable and wouldn't have to walk all day and eat food out of a plastic bag. But I've always regretted not seeing what I might have seen. You know, you never know what you're going to see. And so I just got to remember that when I get to home, I need to get back on the trail. There's still a lot of the trail I need to experience and everything it has to offer. And so it was a good reminder this morning. I'm glad I wrote that stuff down and could refer to it when I was having days of low motivation, I would say. And so now I'm feeling better and just walking a little faster than normal, trying to catch up since I got behind. But I'm sure it's going to be a roller coaster of emotions the next few days and next week. So not something I'm used to, but it is what it is. Engineering of sorts. Logs upon logs so that it will support our weight, I guess. So this is a place where we can see the mountain, apparently. You know, Mama K. Oh, yeah, it's right there.
We're so close.
Wow, it does seem like it's right there. A couple days, we'll be up there on top of Baxter Peak.
Yeah, there's Baxter up there.
And this rock slide, I think the hunt trail goes down there on the, sort of the left ridge, right?
Yeah, and then A-ball is the rock slide.
And then the A-ball is the rock slide on the left?
Yeah, kind of off center.
Yeah.
Off center left.
And then, so you got to go up that ridge line and then walk across the talus field, all the little rocks up to Baxter Peak. And then going to the right where it's really skinny right there, that's, I think, the knife edge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was just insane.
Sneak by you, get out of your way.
AT walking parallel to this stream here for a few miles. Huh. Hello, yellow flower. And more blowdown. Walking along, and here randomly in the middle of the 100-mile wilderness are some stadium stairs, but they are in a very good spot leading up that steep hill from this little creek crossing. And I guess I should say engineering. So I'm having a peanut butter wrap. What did you have? You have a peanut butter wrap?
Peanut butter and honey wrap.
And you've already eaten yours?
A peanut butter and honey wrap.
No honey on mine. Hey, there's your old pack.
Mm.
Walking along next to the lake is not an easy tread on the trail. It appears that the trail comes out here and walks on the beach for a while. Not sure if I like this better or worse than walking on the rocks. Maybe if I get away from the loose sand down here, it's not so bad. Oh, there it goes right back in the woods. I I just took a swim in Nahmakanta Lake out there on the point where Mosey is finishing up his routine. The campsite that we got is in the woods here behind me, just at the edge of those rocks. And we pulled up on that. This looked like the first available spot. Didn't realize that there were some other camping sites just a little further up the beach that have picnic tables. And this gentleman here, Siesta, is going to let me share his picnic table so I can cook my dinner tonight.
Some young man and his young girl were there, and I asked them to take my trash, and they're like, how about a couple cookies?
Isn't this just like great? There's a picnic table in the 100-mile wilderness.
There's badminton.
Yeah, there's a badminton set over here. New friend Siesta, and we're all cooking dinner. Probably everybody else's is better than mine. I think Siesta scored some hot dogs from somebody today.
I'm here.
Yeah, you said us here. I just got comfortable, and now I'm headed back to the tent for a good night's sleep. Must be all of 6:30 maybe, but that's okay. I'm gonna try to get up early in the morning and hike 12.3 miles. There is a small-ish mountain first thing in the morning that we got to climb over. So we're going to be carrying water for that 8-mile stretch. Plus there's still heavy food bags. But tomorrow night will be the last night in the 100-mile wilderness. If it all goes according to plan. And then we'll pop out and stay at A-Ball Bridge. And then we'll pop into Baxter State Park. And then we'll pop up Katahdin. Alrighty. Adios.